Been great. The guys are fired up and understand the importance of the game, and really good practice today and practice yesterday.
Yeah, good tough tonight. Saturday being his last home game. Someone played at this and played safety at the what you know he was growing, I'm sure he's growing into that position.
Just his toughness and his leadership. He was always a competitor kid, comes from a great family, great high school background, played corner, played everything we asked. I mean, if anything, he's grown as a leader. He's had a very he's probably had some anger management moments where he's really upset out on the field, and he's matured so much. I can still remember him trying to fight guys at practice because I made him run one day for other guys' academic problems, and he was kill somebody. And he's just gotten so much more mature since being here, and just such a great leader. So thankful that he came back.
You get other some of your assistants like Bobo maybe talk about their experiences in this rivalry. So just something you just kind of do yourself.
Not really. I mean, I thought about letting guys share, but most of the guys here that were here while I was here, and we've shared some video, some history, some video footage, and that kind of thing. But I don't know if kids care about that. I really don't. They everything is relative to them. They see us out there like dinosaurs, and they don't look at it as relevant. So what's relevant to them is probability doesn't equal reality, and you can't go off probability. These games are decided on grass, not paper. And if we learned anything last week, is that probability doesn't equal reality. So you got to go out and play good.
Kirby, Georgia has been really good as far as creating turnovers throughout this year. What stands out to you about how they've been able to do the challenge?
Yeah, their defense coordinator does a great job. They attack the ball, man. They've got visual, intentional strip outs, and that's what we want our guys to do. We always say we're competing with the other team to have more cause more turnovers than they do, and they do a good job with it. I mean, they're plus 10 in their wins, and they're plus 1 in their loss. So they're really good in turnover margin.
Nowadays, these things are kind of moving more than ever. Have you got a count at this point since the last time I see you in terms of number of seniors that are going to participate on
No clue.
Saturday? You have any idea?
No clue. I haven't thought about it since Monday when I mentioned somewhere between 20 and 25, but no clue.
Kirby, a couple of practices left, so any progress?
Yeah, he's practiced some. He's been able to go out and take some reps and things. He took a few today. I wouldn't say that he's 100%, or I don't only know that I would say he's close to playing, but he's done more this week than he's done any other week. So he's closer than he's ever been. So I'm hopeful.
During the game, they ran a stat about turnover, and I know that's the name you stressed. It is curious to be -2 and be this elite of a football program. What do you is it just bad luck, or teams just that much careful around you?
No, turnovers they're hard to control. I'd love to say we control them for whatever reason. 7 years I've been here, we've never really been great. I think 1 year we had pretty good turnover margin, either the first or second year. But outside of that, we never really have turned the ball over a lot offensively. So the margin becomes the defense's problem when you don't turn it over a lot. But we've delved and dug a lot into a different stat, which is explosive plays and the explosive play differential. And we think that a greater indicator of wins and losses is the explosive play differential. And when you add our runs and passes and you combine it against what our defense has given up, we haven't had a game we weren't less than 4 positive. And that indicator, sure, the SEC is a greater indicator of what's won games. Now, I don't know why that is. Miss, Tennessee, Alabama are the the four greatest differential teams in terms of explosive plays over their opponent. So we dig hard at that. It does not lessen the value of a turnover because turnover is critical and the greatest equalizer there is in sport. And really, you think about how did Georgia Tech beat Pitt on the road? Turnover was a critical factor in that game. Something that we got to continue to improve. But we keep selling to our players that if we're a lot more explosive than the opponent and we don't give up explosives, we get +4 over what they get. So if we get 10 of them and they get 6 of them, then we're going to have a great chance of winning the game.
Yeah, quick follow-up on AD. You said last week you were eligible for the tightrope surgery. Why was it?
I don't know the technical reason, but Ron could tell you. We asked Ron that a long time ago. To have a tightrope, you have to have a certain kind of injury. When they go MRI scan it, you've got to have something floating around in there. He does not have that. He doesn't. It's just it wouldn't have helped him. It's a different deal. So when you have a tightrope, you got to have a certain kind of ankle sprain to tear like completely off. His was that way. His was a grade 1+ or a grade 2, I think it was, and you got to have worse than that in order to get the tightrope.
When he originally
Well, there's no difference between the two MRIs. So there was never anything seen between the first MRI and the second MRI that showed there was any more damage. It bothered him more. Felt like he tweaked it, but there was no shown damage or shown anything in there from the second time they MRI'd it. So there was never a tightrope opportunity from that time. Yeah, Tate's practiced every day, but Tate practiced last week every day. So it's going to be a matter of how much he can play.
Yeah, how do you job at Roger Jones on your left tackle this season, especially growing, this is his first year. Obviously, you guys a little bit last year, every game left tackle. So.
Yeah, Brod's done a good job. He's a good leader. He's really athletic, great at pass pro, continues to get better. There's times I wish he would get more strain and more push, but not a guy that buys in and really coaches the other players. I just appreciate how much he's meant to this program and how much maturity he's gotten. From the first time he got here, he was raw, and he's come a long way.
Just intrigued by your explosive play differential. What are you using for your number of explosives on there?
I think it's 12 and 15. I think it's 12 run, 15 pass. Might be 17 pass. I forget. We got a analyst in here that does it, and we do a chart for every game, every team in the SEC, and it shows how many wins and losses they have based on explosive play differential. And I want to say it's like 45-4 if you win explosive play differential, where the turnover margin is not 45-4. We've proven that because we've lost the turnover several times and still won.
How is he doing? I guess just number one, hasn't got to play too much. Got some get past it. Just how is he doing? I know he can travel to the game.
He's doing well. Continues to grow, and just trying to help Arik as a person and a student right now.
Kirby, talk about the history of this rivalry, and on Saturday, for the first time since 1927, each team is led by an alum. So that's not a big focus of this game, but what does that mean just to know that this game is history with you and Brennan?
Circumstance, I guess. That's just the way it happened, So I don't really know. I don't really know what it means. But, it's just the first time it's come out that way in that long.
You're talking about probabilities. I'm not sure if you're talking about probability that analytics say Georgia Tech or the probability to make the playoffs, that kind of stuff. Players to see or hear about.
No, I don't control that. Probability is all that stuff that's out there, the noise, that people think that a team's not, why is Michigan favored by 20-something and then they're in a tight ball game? Why is Ohio State favored by whatever they're favored by why is Florida favored by, why is UCF favored by whatever, why is Tennessee favored by whatever, and then it changes. It's not reality. It's what some person in Vegas or some person sitting in this room thinks. Probability doesn't equal reality. Reality is what you do on the field, and you control that by how you prepare. I'm a lot more worried about preparation than I am probability.
Between transfer portal, NIL, constant recruiting, it seems like there's a lot of distractions with coach and all the stress that comes with it. Love your job.
I love the relationship I have with my players. I love the opportunity to go from a freshman that doesn't know what he's doing, like Ringo-Signed, to a first-round pick. An opportunity for a guy like James, who gave everything he had to this university to go and become an NFL player, and an opportunity for a walk-on like Dan Jackson to come here and live his dream, go play for UGA. That's why I do what I do. Really anything.
You're talking about Georgia Tech defense. What do they do specifically well defensively that's enabled them to limit what they did against North Carolina?
Havoc. I mean, they cause havoc. They stunt. They move people. They fire people. They blitz people, and they cause turnovers. They play really hard. He bought into Coach Stacker, what he believes in. They're playing really hard. They're athletic. They move around a lot and do a good job.
Take two more questions.
I just followed Coach Key, talking with him today. He mentioned you going way back, spending time on the trail. I mean, did he always strike you kind of guy that would be a coach like you in terms of what you knew about him and how he carried himself in leads?
Oh yeah, he's got great leadership quality. He played under what I think of as one of the best staffs that's been around when he played there. It was George O'Leary. He had what the job that he did there goes unrecognized, and it was during some of the time that I was playing. He had some of the best Georgia teams there were. They were so physical, so competitive, and Brent playing under him shaped him into who he is and who he's become as a coach. And what a tremendous job he did, and now Brent's doing. Brent's been a good football coach and a good recruiter for a long time, and he still will be. I don't know where he'll end up. I don't know if he'll end up there or somewhere else, but he's going to be a good football coach regardless of where he is.
Kirby, Coach up as one of the nominees for the Royals Award. What has stood out to you about the job he's doing?
He's been incredibly innovative with our offense. When you think about a guy that's had, arguably one of our best wideouts the entire year, and to do what he's done, he's had running backs banged up, guys in and out of the lineup at receiver, and still do it the way he's done it, and he's done with Stetson and his ability. I think offensively our numbers kind of speak for themselves, especially when you play in the league we play in, which is a tough, really physical league. He's done a tremendous job, and he does it. He recreates it each and every week. And I think if you polled the coaches he plays against, they'd be the first to tell you he's really hard to prepare for because there's run and pass involved, and he does it with an NFL style that kids like to play for. So, the fact he's up for that award, I can't think there'd be anybody better to win that with what he's done offensively, especially with what he's had with. Thanks.